Hey guys, it's me, Jared G, the big chubby unicorn bear. So, video number 2. I'm here to kind of say, hey, how's it going? See how your week's been. I hope you guys are doing good. My week's been pretty awesome. I didn't really wait for you to tell me how your week's been. How's your week been? Mine's been amazing, but I kind of assume you're here to hear about me. So, or at least see what weird stuff I have to say. I was just thinking about my week because it's been kind of crazy. So let me know how your week's been. I hope it's been amazing. Go ahead and put it in the comments down below if you want. Don't forget to subscribe, share, let people know who I am. I go by Freddy Eyes on Twitter, on Instagram if you want to follow me. I love to post pictures. I love to say goofy things. I share videos, try to help people out. But I'm just out having fun, having a good time. I was thinking this week about all of the movies that are out right now. There's Pete's Dragon. I love it. It reminds me of watching Pete's Dragon when I was a kid. The semi-animated movie. Well, Elliot the dragon is a cartoon in the original. He has like little pink wings that flutter and help him fly, which is fantastic because he's kind of big and goofy like me. I can relate to him. I got a new t-shirt with him on it actually recently. But the new movie is fantastic, but it did make me feel kind of nostalgic. Actually, the movie seems to take place in like the 60s, 70s time frame. The clothing style, subtle though it may be, and the vehicles that they're in and stuff, and the houses and the style of where they are. It is kind of universal feeling, but it has a vibe to back in the day when the movie was made. So that's kind of cool, when the old movie was made. But I'm hoping everything's going good. I have been keeping pretty busy, doing some work. I work for 911. I think I mentioned that before. I'm a dispatcher, and I love to laugh. I love to see crazy things. I love to go to different places. I started going about 16 years ago. I was dispatching at the airport for maintenance multi-channel dispatch for when systems would shut down, and then about 10 years ago is when I started working for 911. So I started helping with the police, fire, medical. We have the calls coming in one ear, and we're listening to different channels and officers and firefighters and in the other ear at the same time, and trying to get help to as many people as we possibly can in a timely manner, and keeping everyone safe while we're doing it. So it's a fun job. But you'll notice I speak quickly, I ramble, I have a lot of noises, and it's because I'm used to a lot of information coming and going. So I hope everybody can keep up. I will do my best to speak clearly and get everything under control. So Freddy Eyes, we were talking about that on Twitter and on Instagram. Feel free to follow me. But I was thinking about the name I should use here, the Chubby Unicorn, Jared G. I think I'm going to use both of those. Jared G, who happens to be kind of a chubby unicorn bear. I'm not your average dude. I'm not just a cuddly, lovey bear. But I am pretty magical, you know. My little sister Mandy actually used to love unicorns. She collected them, and I liked them, but couldn't let everybody know, and I couldn't collect them because I was a boy. Boys didn't collect unicorns, you know. But I still snuck her Barbies and played with her Barbies, and we used to do hair. She liked my G.I. Joes, I liked her Barbies. I kept waiting for her to come out of the closet and say she was a lesbian too. It didn't happen. She's not. But I have two sisters, older sister Stephanie, younger sister Mandy, but Mandy and I were only 2 years apart, so we all grew up together, but my younger sister and I were a little bit closer just because like we went to school together, we had a lot of things in common, but we watched a lot of movies together. So Pete's Dragon being one of them. We, Gem and the Holograms, we used to watch the cartoon. You can see Wonder Woman over here that my partner painted for me for Christmas. And but just kind of all these retro things are coming up, and it's people are so like harsh and judging them and wanting to have an opinion, and I want to go in and I want to enjoy it, and I usually enjoy it because I'm not sitting there trying to overanalyze. I'm at a movie because I want to be entertained. Gem, the new movie Gem, I've watched it like 3 times. People can hate on it all they want, but I'm still entertained. I want to sing the songs. I want to be with the girls. I want to see like Molly Ringwald, you know, and Juliette Lewis, like 2 80s, 90s queens, kind of like, ooh, we're in the same movie together. It was perfect. It was a nice collection of retro references, so that was cool. I love all of them. But we had a collection of movies we watched growing up. I don't know if you guys ever listened to the podcast Straight Talk with Ross Matthews. He and his team of people, you know, like Daria, Mark, Nikki, and now they have Peppa, Willie, Rich, Steve, they have they have all these references a lot of times because Taya, who's another one on there throughout the beginning, and Ross have grown up together, kind of like my sister and I did, and we watched so many weird movies. We would reference and role play and quote, Stone Magnolias, Color Purple, Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, where you could fight everything off with a dance battle. And it's fun to listen to the show and hear people relate. So I'm hoping that's what you guys do, is relate to some of the weird things that I bring up. Sometimes people say, I have no idea. Like, I work with a lot of people from, 30 years experience at the job who, could be, maybe my parent or an older relative, and then people who are younger than my daughter. So clearly there's generations all trying to work together and figure each other out. And I will reference movies like The Goonies or Pete's Dragon or Voltron, Gem, and things like that I love. The Legend of Billie Jean. Fair is fair. I want the money for my brother's scooter, Mr. Pyatt. They have no idea, probably, like the majority of you, have no idea what I'm talking about. But at the same time, there's things that are current that I love that people don't know what I'm talking about. I love RuPaul's Drag Race, and there's a select group of people who you find out love it, even though you might not think they love it. Other people, just because they don't have somebody to introduce them to the logo channel or to the program itself, they don't know about it. So I've been having this history of drag queens, stampeding or sashaying through my living room, who we reference on a day-to-day basis. My little girl was coming up going to pride marches and celebrating being unique and different in her way and being celebrated for being herself. And she knows what I'm talking about, but some of the kids her age don't, because, not everybody's lucky enough to have a unicorn bear for a dad. I mean, they're just not. It's not something everybody has. So she had it. I think sometimes she wished that I was a little bit more normal, but I think she appreciates me now. So watching the drag queens, watching RuPaul, listening to RuPaul's podcast with Michelle Visage called What's the Tia on podcast 1, I believe. Podcast 1 is where Ross Matthews is with Straight Talk, referencing an old Dolly Parton movie, which was also fantastic, where she got mistaken for a psychologist or counselor on the radio, and she had to come out and say she wasn't really that person, but the advice that she gave was still just as valid to see if people really liked her for who she was. She didn't have a piece of paper or match a certain standard that people thought she should have before representing herself as accidentally happened in that movie. And that's how it is in life. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a professional. I would love to talk about relationships and my experience and things that I've learned that I want to use to do better. At work, I'm constantly working to be better, to react differently, to be the best person I can be to help other people. But I by no means am perfect, but I have lived through a lot of stuff. When I was 16, I found out I was going to be a dad. 17 when my daughter was pregnant. 17 when my daughter was born, but I was going through the pregnancy up to when she was born, going to the doctor's visits in between high school classes. I had to graduate at semester. I actually graduated high school a half year early with a couple extra credits. So that was pretty exciting, but I haven't made it all the way through college. I don't have a doctorate. I'm not a counselor, but I love to share my experiences. But what I love most is when I find people who can relate to what I've been through, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that movie. Yes, I remember that lesson. Yeah, I learned from that too. Or, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Thank you for giving me an example of a new way to look at things. So I just hope you guys do that. Use some of your old memories, your old movies, and kind of think about, what did I learn from that? What was the point of that? Who cares? Maybe you don't care. And that's okay too. As long as you're seeing the positive in things and having a good day. So it's just a quick video. I hope you guys are good. Let me know some of your favorite 80s and 90s movies, some of the people you love to see and wish would come back, what you thought of Gem and the Holograms, or why you haven't gone to watch it yet. I'm sure you probably all didn't like it, but I loved it. And I hope to hear from you all soon. So be sure to subscribe down below, like the video, share it please, share it with your friends, tell them what's happening, some Jared G video action, but also just decide to have a good day. If it's not going well, look at it later. You can't fix everything, but you can make the decision to react or not react, and that's something I work with every day. I try to do a good job. So I hope you're doing great at it. Have a good day. Have fun. listen to some music, share some love, and dance. It's all fun. Fixes everything. Any battles, battle dance. Dance it off. Have a good one, guys. Jared G signing off. Have a good day. Bye.